And then there was two. Oh
Yeah,
man, what's up, Mikey?
time to dance, boy. Time to dance. What's
Everybody
the
done
symbol?
flaked out on us tonight, but it's all good, man. We're gonna get this thing up and popping. So what's up, everyone? Here we are on What's Up Wednesday. Yeah, let's give it up.
What up, Home Day? Man, I don't blame
Yeah,
you, man. There's a lot of things going around right now. This is washing hand season. Like, wear
wash
your
your hands.
mask around people. We ain't back into 2020, but things are going around because you're my boy. So,
Yeah,
hey,
man.
you know
We ain't gonna
it's
even get into that because, bro, I'm just not getting over mine. It's been, oh my gosh, just
positive stuff.
everything's congested and
Yeah.
coughing. I'm like, what the crap is going on? But I hope everybody's doing okay out there tonight, man, because, we got some rain coming in the DFW tonight. It's good and back. It was 88 today, man, and that's going to be like 50 tomorrow. So that's what we're dealing with down here in Texas, man. So,
And
yeah.
over here, that's what got people crazy. You leave your house and it's like 45 degrees, right? And you have a sweater on. And then in the afternoon, it's 90. So it's almost a 50-degree swing. Your body ain't meant for that. You start feeling funny, man. You get
No, real
dehydrated.
talk.
You don't even know. Got some
No,
water
you
in here.
no, that's real talk, man. I mean, that's exactly what I've been going through. I mean, now tomorrow it was 88 today, then tomorrow's gonna be 40 something, 50 something degree. Track Hawk is in the house. What's up, Track Hawk? Give it up, Track Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we get started, I gotta give a big shout out to all our subscribers and all those that are a part of this channel, man. We just want to give thanks for you guys for being subscribers and followers of the Cowboy Huddle. And we want to say thank you. So give it up. Yeah, I got him. I got him,
Hold on.
brother.
I got
There
it.
we go.
Say it.
I
Say it.
got him right
We
there.
want to
So we're
say,
like,
Jay.
so here we
Thank you,
go.
Cowboys fan 365. We them boys, the 520 boys, Queens of Honor by Dallas Cowboy Fan Club Mexico, Dallas Cowboy Fan Zone 24/7 Guadalajara, the hard hitter lifestyle. We got plenty of more Blue Star Dynasty, Southern California, Dallas Cowboy Fan Club, Southern California Dallas Cowboy Fan Club,
Yeah.
Desert Borracho. We got Cowboys 88 in the house. Number one hit list in the house. There is a lot of subscribers. We just blowing up from. Hey, we got Can Fam always coming in. So that's north of the
One
border.
star, one family.
That's tuning in. That's south of the door. We got North America. That's for damn sure, G.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, man. We are becoming international, man. That is what's up, man. We are getting support, man. Also, one of our first followers, which is big time to us, one star, one family, man. DJ Kai and his family and his crew. We always got to show love to them, man, as much as
It's
they
basically
show
family,
love to us.
man.
Yeah. Again, and then like I said earlier, and then there was two. Last week we had about 12 on here. And, and we got the WWE guy, Ivan Sosa. Yeah, man. So here we are, man, on What's Up Wednesday. I think some of the guys are going to try to jump in here a little later, running a little late. But, man, we got to get into this. So let's get into this injury report, man. I don't know if you heard about it, but, yeah, we got a couple of injuries we got to report before we get right into what's going on. So come to find out, Marquise Bell was limited to practice on Wednesday due to a calf injury. Tyler Biadasz was full practice, but he's dealing with an ankle issue.
Again.
Jaron Curse, he was full practice, but he has a toe issue. Asa Adigazua, he was limited due to a hamstring. Tyron Smith did not practice due to illness, and Cavante Turpin did not practice due to his shoulder situation, which we all saw last week. So, so we got to go ahead. I'm
He
sorry.
took that bump and got that touchdown. But yeah, he's
Oh
a
my
warrior.
gosh. Well, Turpin is actually he showcased something that we've been waiting to see, and which we knew he was capable of doing. Just unfortunately got that touchdown called back. Oh my gosh, man! So it is what it is, man. Trackhawk had made mention to something. He said, "What's up with dudes not suiting that? Ain't enough footballs to go around, brother."
He's
And
just
with
he's too small right now.
yeah,
We can't make it tough for the regular size running backs much.
mm,
We saw he was just a big liability, and our offense still hasn't found their identity as much as our coach wants to put a label on our offense. We still don't have a identity. That's the big word for this show,
yeah,
identity.
that is. And with that being said, so we're talking about identity. Well, it's just been told that the Dallas Cowboys have signed a wide receiver, Martavius Bryant. And
Very
what does
interesting.
it mean for the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver depth? So it's been told that the Dallas Cowboys have reportedly signed wide receiver Martavius Bryant to the practice squad. According to the Dallas Morning News, Bryant worked on Tuesday afternoon and met with the Cowboys coaching staff afterwards. Plus, he is set to start practicing with the rest of the team this week. So before they can go into that, then on Tuesday ahead of the visit, Jerry Jones spoke about Brian's visit multiple times during his weekly interview on 105.3 The Fans, saying, "I really like where we are at this stage in the season with the potential we got of expanding the success of our receiving core," said Jones, who added, "We got ways to move the football in my mind as to our talent level." That makes me
Message.
want to say,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
Well,
Mm.
you answer your own question, G. I want your take on it, raw dog. Since you got to be the host, but I want you to answer your own question before I do my take on this because I'm very interested. Because you're reading between the lines. You know, when you read between the lines, that means something. But you're reading between the lines. Read between what Mister Jones was saying, G.
Well,
Please.
I've been hearing different things from folks off TikTok. Some are saying that this is going to push Michael Gallup. Some said he'll come in and play special teams. Uh, Personally, man, my question is why? Why did we go get a receiver knowing that we have three on the practice squad? We have three that's falling behind our starters. Why? That's my question. So I just maybe you can answer that. I mean, I
Go, go,
see
go.
problems at other areas. I see where we can use an offensive lineman. I can see that we could use a running back,
Running
but I
back.
don't think the receiving core is our problem. So maybe
What?
you can elaborate on why they did what they did.
Well, our biggest thing. Remember, I said earlier about our identity, and since the moment Callan Moore was booted off of this team, what did Mike McCarthy state this football team was going to be? G, just answer that question for
Yeah,
me.
we're gonna run the damn ball.
We were going to be a running team, right?
Right,
We can't run the ball to save our life, G. But what
right.
has our quarterback done these last 3 games? What has he done?
He's
He's
running the Kellen Moore blueprint.
but he's managed and thrown the ball. He's thrown the
Right.
ball. You know, yeah, I know we lost the game. We're not going into the whole Eagles game, but he threw over 40 times and he could have won that game. The Eagles are the best team in the league right now, right?
Right,
As
yeah.
much as it pains
I
to
have to
say.
agree with you. I definitely have to agree with you.
Well, the facts are the facts, the numbers are the
It
numbers.
is. It is.
They're
We
the
got we
best
yeah.
team. So,
Regardless, it is what it
and
is.
we could have beat them with Dak Prescott in this offense, and we see how anemic we are in the red zone. Martavius Bryant is 6'4". 6'4". He used to be a high point cabal getter from the video that I saw. I wasn't convinced. I was like, remember, I even said this to Rue a lot. Well, Rue, in an argument with Rue early in the season, like, there's only so much footballs to get around, and we're still not using the guys we get. Why do we want other guys? But in this case, it makes a lot of sense and our true identity because we're in a world where people identify. I'm not getting into the gender thing, but I could identify as a skinny person. I could say I'm skinny. I could tell you I'm skinny. I could believe I'm skinny. But the fact of the matter is that I'm fat. I'm a gordo. You know what I mean? So we could identify ourselves as a running team, say we're gonna run and try to run and pound our head against the wall and only get 3 yards of carry or minus 4 yards of carry. But Dak Prescott could fling the ball around, move the ball around, and almost beat the best team in the league. And what are we anemic in? We are
Running.
31st in the red zone. What don't we have? We don't have a big body X receiver that we could just throw the ball up and tell him to go get it. CD is big, but he's slender. He's 6'2". He's not 6'4", thick-witted, and could jump out the gym. He's athletic. He's slender. He's slippery. He's good. He's technical. He's not what we need. And then this is doing it at the cheap. It's like finding something at Goodwill that we need, and maybe it works. You know that one piece of furniture that ties in your room and makes it feng shui, and then you put some lacquer on it, and then man, that nightstand actually looks good. So that's what Jerry Jones is hoping Martavius Bryant is that with that little sculpture that you get, or that little nightstand you get, you put paint it up a little bit, and then you show it off, and then you like telling people you got it at Goodwill at a cheap price, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, how nice! Where did you find it?"
Yeah, okay, and that's great. But you got a $25 million man on the other side that just got paid for a 5-year contract that you cannot overlook. And I heard somebody say that we signed him to put Gallup on notice. Maybe so, but you cannot bench Gallup. But again, at the same time, we're looking at a guy that's on our team that wears number 3, that has 10 seasons over 1,000 yards, that is not even implemented into the offense. So how is it that we go get a 6'4" guy, and whoever place he's going to take, that's still up in the air? But I just can't see how this makes a difference and makes us better when we got Brandon Cooks that we saw open several times in the game that we couldn't get the ball to. So I have a problem with this as far as adding another receiver. If anything, I don't care. We got what's his name, LeGarrette Blunt. Go get him. You get him for cheap.
Blunt, he's out of shape. He's not ready to play.
Well, this guy hasn't played for 5 years. This guy hasn't played for 5 years, dude. Since 2017, he played in the XFL, and guess what? Didn't even have scored a touchdown. So. Okay,
LeGarrette Blunt is smoking blunts. I don't think he's ready to. But this guy's in shape, man. He's in shape. There's a reason. Like I said, this is a Goodwill find that we need that could tie in the room. And he's a real X receiver. I ain't saying this is a good idea. I'm saying it's a tell of where our offense is going and getting away from. We are not giving a shit about a run game. And what is football? Win the line of scrimmage, stop the run, run the ball. It is, but we're getting away from that, and it's a big tell on what our identity really is. And our identity is going to be to pass the ball. And he's going to be a part of that. And it is to put people on notice. It's another way of cutting somebody by adding somebody, if you understand that. It's not like Jimmy Johnson telling somebody to go to the asthma field. It's not like Lynn Elliott going to Jimmy Johnson and saying that he lost his confidence, and the next day Jimmy Johnson cut his ass. This is more, I'm just getting into the guy, make the room hotter, making it more competitive, and let's see if it brings out the competitor in Michael Gallup, because this is a straight shot, not a shot.
Well, let me ask you this.
This is emphasized towards Michael Gallup and his unfortunate shortcomings of him not coming back from the injury and his lack of confidence, because sometimes he makes a spectacular play and sometimes he makes a bonehead play. This game was a microcosm of what Michael Gallup is. He dropped the first pass, and then he made 2 real crucial catches.
So let me ask you this. How far did we go with the passing game last year?
We won a divisional. We went to the divisional playoffs, which is more than you could say for at least 26 other teams.
So are you saying, Mikey, that it's possible that we can go further without a running game, then we're going to just throw the ball 40, 50 times like we did of the years in past and say, well, we got rid of Kellen Moore, but we're going to run Kellen Moore offense. Is
I'm
that
not saying it's going to lead to any different results. I'm just saying that we got to stop lying to ourselves and stop saying this is what we are and this is where we're veering and coming to Jesus and saying this is what we are. And like I said, yes, we lost that game, but we could have won that game as well. And that's the best team in the league. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, when I totally agree with you. We definitely could have won the game. I
We could
mean,
beat them. I don't know about the Niners.
yeah. But again, it just I'm a little baffled to see that we did this, and in me, you bring a good point that point up, but I don't know if it's enough footballs to go around when we, like I said, we got this 1,000-yard receiver out here that basically I think he only got one catch.
See,
So
like I like what Brian Broaddus' approach was, and yes, I'm ripped from Brian Broaddus because most of y'all rip away from get corner on. Tell him make be a part of the huddle today. Week, bro, Brian Broaddus' premises. All right, we know what we are. Let's make the offense about CD, Jake Ferguson. You know what I mean? That could be the hamburger and the fries. And sometimes, we could get a side of onion rings. If the onion rings are gonna be Brandon Cooks that day, if the onion rings are gonna be let's say Tony Pollard that day, running out of the back or running or catching out of the backfield or Turpin. But let's make the hamburger and fries like what we are. CD Lamb and Jake Ferguson, make that our offense and let's go.
okay, well, I mean that's a legitimate proposal that we can put together and where we might see. I just personally, man, I as far as the pickup, I just thought maybe we would go get, like I said, you got LeGarrette Blunt out there that you could bring it. Just we need a big body to. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
because
do, but
the
I
thing
don't know about that.
about it is when we talk about this pass, we know they don't respect our run game as is. They're manning up on us. They're playing the shell defense, so it makes us one dimensional, if you ask me. So
Well,
you got to have
this
some
just
type of
goes
run
to
game.
all the people that wanted Zeke out of here. This is what you get when
Yeah, this is basically
you
what,
lose
yeah,
somebody like
people,
that.
yeah, and we know that Zeke tied third last year with 1,200 I mean, not 1,200, 876 yards with 12 touchdowns. So, I mean, that says a
Against
lot. But
full boxes, like Chris said on Monday, against full boxes.
yeah, and and people thought I was crazy when I said that. I'm like, okay, what is it that y'all don't see? I mean, this guy finished third, and he was splitting time with Tony Pollard. So I just didn't understand. Well, let's get rid of Zeke.
Get
Now it's showing that we see that Tony Pollard is not able to carry that load like that, man. And
get Mike on here, man. Get Cowboy Corner on here. That's
yeah, well,
I
okay,
want I want to feel what he
we
gets.
will.
You know what I mean? I ain't saying we're drowning here, but I really like his perspective, man, for real. Especially if he's hanging
Well, we
around.
got topics. We got topics to go through, brother. So we're good. Hold tight. So let's talk about this Terrence Steele real quick, man. And
Wow.
the thing with that being said, huh? What's going on?
I'm all why. Like
Yeah,
shit, fuck
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit,
We got
man.
to talk about Terrence Steele, man. And so it's been reported here, man. So they're saying that Dak fires back, and we all saw what Terrence Steele was going through. He was having a hell of a time. I mean, you would think so too. I mean, right? I mean, he basically had a hard time.
All right, now
You do you feel you
you're
muted?
breaking up, but yes, I what do you say? Um, I, I gotta get at you, G. I really do, really gotta do because in the beginning of the season, you praised this man. There was this man, not Terrence Steele. There was a name you couldn't stop saying, and we made fun of you. You kept saying Mike Solari, Mike Solari, Solari, Solari. Now we need Mike Solari, and it looks like our our center has regressed. I think our center's kind of soft this year. I don't know what's going on. Terrence Steele has regressed. And I know that's unfair because he's coming off an injury and he worked his ass off to come back. And that's just like with Michael Gallup finding his confidence. But our coaching should overcome that, scheme it up, something. They didn't help these guys, but Biotish had his worst game. Uh, Terrence Steele had his worst game. And you want to know what the PFF most highest rated lineman was last week? You want to know who it was?
Oh, I'm scared to ask,
Tyron
brother.
Smith.
Ooh,
Tyron
yeah.
Smith,
Hey,
bro.
now,
And we can't catch a break because that just sounds like cowboy luck. Tyron finally has one of the Tyron game, but then our other guys take a shit. That's some bullshit.
yeah.
But your boy Mike Solari has a lot, has some culpability. What do you think about that?
Well, you throwing the mud right back in my face. Cowboy Corner, catch that link, man. Uh, well, listen, man. It just, you know what? And no. Real talk. Think about this, Mike. When we started, what happened? Is it due to the injuries? Because, dude, we was pulling our guards, we were
Now we
pulling
were
the
creative.
tackles, we were doing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we were creative.
Okay. Yeah, we was being creative. We was running behind. I just don't get what happened when this is when we started the season. We saw Zach Martin pulling. We saw Tyler Smith pulling, and these were things we was doing. I said, okay, I like, but for whatever reason, we have gotten away from it. It seemed like we're
Unbalanced
running.
slides. It was beautiful.
Exactly. So we've got away from it. So again, so now it's like we can't run. So yeah, I'm a little leery about Mike Solari. It's like things have changed, and I guess I don't know. It's because they're thinking that hey, this guy Tony Pollard is not able to carry the load, but they're going to have to get creative with this front line and our running back.
And each time you say Larry, I want to think Ron Larry for real. Like God, bring old Ron Larry back in that 2014, 16 or 16 season. Ron Larry, and that goes segue straight into Tony Pollard
Yeah,
and the way he's playing. And another player, we got three players coming off an injury that don't look like themselves. That's Tony Pollard,
yeah.
Terrence Steele, again another year with Michael Gallup. It's clearly affecting them. All three of these guys because they look like the Walmart versions of themselves. They're not they're
Woo!
the generic brands of
What?
themselves. They
God
taste good
Almighty!
sometimes, but they're good until you taste the originals. Like Walmart Oreos might do the trick, but Oreos are motherfucking Oreos, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're good.
Yeah,
Um, and
yeah.
and,
But
and that sucks. So we need to see Rico in. I want to see a little more Rico in. We need to divvy up our carries, and I just like the way Rico runs the damn ball.
hold on a sec, man. There's somebody at the door, man. Hold on one second. I'm trying to figure out who this is. But somebody's at the door, and let's see if we can find out who this person is. Wait a minute. Let me grab
Tamales.
it. Who is it? Well, let's see who this is. Let's see. Wait a
Are
minute.
you,
Oh my
are you
gosh, who it
prepared
is?
for Jehovah's return? Because if you're not,
We say
What's up,
tamale.
guys?
What's going on, man? You doing
what's
all right
up?
today, brother?
Man, doing great, doing great. Just real quick, if I could say something, man, I
No,
had
you
a
could say it.
passing, had a passing of a buddy of mine this past week and passed away to suicide. I want you,
Oh wow.
anybody watching, you are enough. Everyone cares. Love harder. All right. Everybody cares.
Wow.
Love harder. You are enough. I promise. Talk to your loved ones, talk to your friends, talk to anybody that you can trust. Taking that route is not the way, and just not the way, guys. But let's get the party started.
You
Man,
know
that's
what?
that's
To add to that,
so
man.
true.
2 weeks ago, I lost an ex football high school teammate that did something like that, and it's devastating considering how accessible we are
Right.
nowadays. how accessible we are. So, rest in peace, and always check on yourself, huddle. So, men,
Yeah,
women, it could be lonely sometimes. If this is your only friends, and this makes your day,
we're
we're
here to
here.
support you. Yeah,
And
that
and
is so
Exactly.
and,
true.
and another thing I learned too during this whole week is everyone says, "Hey, how are you doing, Mikey? How you doing, Mr. Hampton?"
How
No
we
one
doing?
says, "Hey, how are you really doing?
How are you? Yeah.
Oh,
How are you really doing?" No one. We just do the conversation. I'm good, bro. Knuckles, and that's it. From now on, I'm going to start doing the more. How are you doing today?
minding
Hey
my
man,
own business. What do you do? I just play.
whoa, I come in peace. Yeah, I come in peace.
I
But
just messing with you. It always got to be some fun. But Mike,
yeah.
talk to us about how you feel about this Martavius Bryant signing, and but going back to our identity, what we identify ourselves as, but what are we really?
We're going to have to be
Mm.
a past team. We're going to have to be a past team. I mean, the offensive line is struggling, even with being a passing team. We're still struggling in that aspect. And what one thing that we got to improve on is red zone. Yes, we scored 3 touchdowns against these Eagles in the red zone, but when it mattered, we couldn't do it, and we had little mental errors, and we had penalties, and we had things like that. So the identity of this offense is, and going into week 9 is I don't know. I I I, I
No,
I
really,
can't
I'm
trust
with you.
I can't trust Dak to throw the ball 40 times a game. I really can't trust Dak to do that.
He only has one interception in the last three
I,
games. He
but
passed the crap out of this ball, and he almost beat the best team in the league.
almost don't count. He didn't. And why didn't we? Why didn't we? Because we had flaws on this offense. I can almost sharp, but I didn't. You see what I'm saying? Like,
But a lot of that is coaching, not just Dak Prescott. If anything makes us a passing team, is the way Dak Prescott's been playing, Mike.
and Prescott, he balled his butt off. He balled his butt off.
Excuse
But
me?
what have we
What
been
did he
talking
do?
about?
What did
But
he
what have we
do?
been talking about, Mikey? We've been talking about how bad this red zone offense is. Yes, we cashed in 3 times. But guess what? When it mattered, it bit us in the butt because we've been insufficient in that area far too long.
And it
I don't
came
know if
back to
you've ever
bite us
you tell
again.
me on your on the comments after you do your monologues for the Cowboys corner, but I'm like, bro, you never got nothing nice to say.
Who, me?
Well, here's the
I'm just
deal though,
messing with
and let me say this here, Mikey. And I know some things happen, and this is just my opinion of what I saw. I really wanted Dak to be this clutch quarterback when this was presented to him. This was the perfect stage for Dak to show that, hey, I am that clutch quarterback. We're on the 6 yard line. I don't care if we're on the 20 yard line. I'm going to get this team in this end zone. I'm going to get this team in the end zone. That in itself, because it was out of all the games we play, it's 2 games that's very, very important: the 49ers and the Eagles. Those are two important games. And that game that we just played on Sunday should have been that game to where we were calling Dak Mr. Clutch.
But those are
And it
two
didn't
very
happen.
different games, G. Two very, very, very different
And
games.
but again, I say those are two of the biggest games. And again, here we're talking about, yeah, I mean, we're playing the Giants this Sunday. They should put yeah, we played the Chargers. We played the Rams, which, we beat the Rams every time we play them. But again, when it comes to the 49ers and it comes to Philadelphia, those are big stage games. And that's where we need Dak to pull those games off. But just my opinion, I thought he was going to be able to do what we expect him to do on Sunday with that on that in that last drive. So that's
Well,
just how I feel about
fortunately, he has one more shot at these Eagles, and the stakes could be higher. And dude, we still got a lot of season left. This isn't the final product of what our team is. This is what we have. The last taste in our mouth, and we're describing the last taste. And yes, it tasted good until it tasted like shit. I get that, but we still have to be optimistic. This is still a playoff team. This is still a good team, and we have a good quarterback. It's just our identity that we just got to stop lying to ourselves.
So what
If
is our
it looks like
identity?
if it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. It's not a hamster. It's not
So you guys are you guys saying that this is a pass first offense? Is that what we're saying?
until they start giving the ball to Rico Dowdle.
So what was the reason we got rid of Kellen Moore if this is what we're gonna do?
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. The Eagles defense has secondary issues. So Dak lighting
They
up
do.
that defense was expected. Let's be real. Us lighting up the Eagles secondary was expected. He threw over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. That was expected. My problem is, hear me out. We only put 10 up against the 49ers. A really good defense. Then we come in here against a crappy defense, not crappy, but damn near bottom in the red zone.
Secondary.
Bad secondary, but they were last in the league in red zone, like close to last in the league,
Yeah,
right?
they were.
And so when it boiled down to the red zone, which they gave us all those yardage, like Greg Olsen said, Cowboys need a miracle. No, you don't. You just need the Eagles to cause penalties, and you're on the 6. Right?
Steve Stifler called that, bro.
And so what bothers me the most is we only put 10 points up against the Niners, and then when it mattered, we let this defense sack us, and it was a 3rd and something when you're on the 6.
Yeah, don't sleep on those sacks, because those sacks did matter. He did get battered and bruised, but at the same time, we're a horrible red zone team, and they were a horrible red zone defense, and it was a push, right? Was it a stalemate? Was the stats went down the line because they showed how terrible they were, how terrible we were, and don't get me started with pass interference and on Schoonmaker. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah. So and this is the thing, and that's why we say you said it was a push, but if this defense is that bad in the red zone, this is where we was expecting the touchdown. This is where we were expecting it to happen. I mean, nobody wants to say Dak, so we won't say Dak. We was expecting Dallas to score.
The offense. Yeah.
So look, you're gonna blame the false start on Dak. We're
blaming it on Dallas. We're blaming it on Dallas.
The offense. No, I haven't blamed Dak at all. I haven't blamed Dak at all.
And the steal Olay and not giving Dak a freaking extra second to even throw the ball away. And then that delay of game, that's all Mike McCarthy, man. That's all Mike McCarthy.
How is that? How is that Mike McCarthy?
Getting that play in, figuring out what he's gonna do, not already knowing what play is gonna happen after what he got that chart. That thing's as big as a cheesecake factory list.
Professional quarterback, bro. Sometimes you got to take it upon yourself. Shit, you see that damn clock. Now, I'm not sitting here finna babysit you the whole damn game. You see that damn clock, and you know what's at stake right here. If I can't get that playing fast enough, line up. Same thing what we did. We didn't spike the ball. We threw it at the end zone for whatever reason. And, whatever the case may be. Again, we're not saying Dak. We're saying the Cowboys.
We're playing. I'm saying the offense.
Yeah,
I'm saying the offense.
Which is Mike McCarthy.
Yeah. So, with that being said, so let's talk about the Bryant kid.
Yeah.
What is this going to? What is it, Cowboy Corner? What is his role going to be?
I honestly don't know. The guy hasn't played football in 5 years. Dak's always wild about somebody's speed. It's like clockwork. He was wild about T.Y. Hilton's speed, right? Now he's wild about Montarius Bryant. I wonder if he'd be shocked about my speed, And so
30-30 was a thing. 30-30 was a thing.
And it was. But here's the thing, though. How can Mike McCarthy scheme for a 6'4" wide receiver when we can't scheme for a 6'6" tight end? How is it Mike McCarthy can scheme for a guy like Bryant, but can't scheme for a guy like Brandon Cooks? Why are we taking snaps away from Michael Gallup and now getting Tolbert involved, right? But to a limited capacity.
Yeah, very limited.
We got asked on the Frisco report last night. It was like, what injury will cause this team to explode? And the injury is to CeeDee Lamb. If CeeDee Lamb gets hurt, This whole offense is done.
It's
Period.
done.
It's done. You call it a season. Martavis Bryant is just another guy that hasn't played in the National Football League for 5 years. That's all.
I get it. And he's just in the practice squad. He's not on the active squad. All it is to put guys on notice anyway.
Well, the practice
just
squad,
sort of a posturing move. You know what I mean? It's window dressing.
With the new bargain agreement, the practice squad is more than that now because, like Rashad Evans, right? He got signed to the practice squad. He played. Yeah, he had a freaking penalty, but
dude, I didn't realize he had that penalty. I didn't realize. Dude, we gave them the ball twice on the 40, and they scored in both those damn drives.
Yes, they sure did.
That hurt. Sure did. But what were you saying about the practice squad?
No, the practice squad is more accessible to players and signing things and doing that. So Martavis Bryant's going to get called up eventually, probably here in 3 weeks. Maybe that Eagles game, that's probably when he'll get called up. And so but 30, he has to get in football shape. He has to feel for the ball. Dak has to build that chemistry, which Dak does very well with veterans. But Brandon Cooks, I don't know what's going on with that. But Dak does do well with veterans.
I think they're scheming him. They're really trying to get him the ball. Because if they weren't, you would hear more bitching from him.
Who is
He's
this?
a veteran. You wouldn't. Cooks is not a diva. You wouldn't hear that. Odell Beckham, you would. Cooks, you won't.
Des Bryant, you would.
Des Bryant, you might.
You might. No.
Yeah. It depends on how much his salary is.
So that's the question. We don't. So it's unknown of what Martavis Bryant's role is going to be, but it's just like they're making big news about this. I'm like, what is the?
This is the only thing I can think of. CeeDee Lamb is doing great in the slot, so that helps. So Martavis Bryant, because the Brandon Cooks ain't working out, could go on the outside. That keeps Lamb still playing the slot. That's the only logical reason I can think of why people are hyping this up. But
he's a legitimate
Bryant has to be Bryant.
Ooh, that's gonna cause some. Man, that's going. I want to know what that locker room is going to be like, and that wide receiver room is going to look like.
Michael Gallup knows his snaps have got cut in half, so Michael Gallup knows the writing on the wall.
And then I don't know if you watch any Brian Broaddus or in the Love of the Star podcast, him and Bobby Bell, but like what I was saying before you got on, I don't know if you heard. Why don't you just simplify this offense and just make this offense about Jake Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb, and make it like a hamburger and fries type deal that, that's your meal. Of course, you got your soda, but so if there's going to be onion rings involved or some jalapeno poppers, let that be, Brandon Cooks one day, let that be Michael Gallup one day, make that be Cavante Turpin one day. I could live with that.
That's what it sounds like where it is now, Mikey. Really.
Well, but really emphasize it and really try to get these guys the ball instead of putting so much on Dak's plate. And then defense will harp on taking that out, and maybe something else will open up. Yeah. Instead of trying to be so wide open that you route yourself into coverage.
I don't know, brother. We on the outside looking in. I wasn't expecting this, but whoo, man, we gotta fix it. I just think we have to fix it. And when we're talking about Terrence Steele, Capricorn, I don't know if you gave your thought about Terrence Steele, and what are you thinking, man? I mean, people saying, well, we need to put a tight end over there. We need to give him some help. We need to chip him with a running back. So, how do you feel about this Terrence Steele situation?
Man, Terrence Steele was horrible. And this reminded me of the Chaz Green game with Atlanta Falcons.
Claymore game.
They didn't give him any help. They didn't give him. They didn't send a blocker over there. They didn't send a chipper. They didn't put a tight end over there to help. Hassan Reddick ate Terrence Steele's lunch. All right, they crushed him like an aluminum can.
And Graham.
Reddick is in the top 5. We got to give him that. Reddick is one of the top 5 pass rushers in the league. So
I thought Terrence Steele was a top 5 right tackle.
Boom. Because he got signed like one.
Allowed 12 pressures, 7 hurries, 4 sacks. I thought
Yeah.
Terrence Steele was better than that.
Yeah.
Guess who the highest rated tackle in PFF was this week?
You know, it was my boy Tyron Smith, boy.
Ah,
Yeah.
boys, my boy.
Yeah.
To the chagrin of the big fella and be too real.
Well, listen, and you guys say what you say about Terrence Steele, but our quarterback, he fires back at the critics of y'all talking about his right tackle. He said he
I
ain't gonna
love it.
listen to it. He said, I don't care what you say, but
Listen,
he had something to say about it, so he fired back. Dak said Terrence would be the first to tell you that he wants to play better. And I know he's going to play better. He's a guy who faced this adversity before. Indeed. And this present adversity is in part of the result of his rehab from a catastrophic knee injury suffered in late 2022. Mike McCarthy said, like anything, anytime anyone has a major joint injury, that first year back, it's a challenge. So Dak said, get up off his boy.
go
That's
That's
Mike.
what
the
he said.
that's the world's smallest violin right there.
Well,
You
that is what your court.
you put up or you shut up. You play
He's
the
on the
best, you got to
field.
be
He's a
your
part of the
best.
game.
You
He's
got to
on the
you
field.
want
He's
to
a
be the
part of the
best. You
game.
got to be the best. You got to beat the best to be the best. That's the world's smallest violin, Dak. Someone needs to tell Terrence
Well,
Steele to step his game up.
I thought
well,
you were
that's
trying
what
to
your
turn on your
quarterback said. Your
iPhone
quarterback
watch.
said a catastrophic knee surgery, and he's rehabbing to get back. So listen, y'all, that's his right tackle. He said y'all raise up off his right tackle.
What does excuses get us, Dak? We know that he had
Yeah.
a knee injury. Where does excuses get us?
But the thing is, he has to say that. What the hell is he gonna say? If anybody has shit in the face, just like you said, corner, is this was just like the Chaz Green game where Clayboy killed him with the Y9, like the wide 90 or whatever. Fucking it. 4 sacks came from that side. All right, your roof is leaking in one room, right? And it's leaking out of one room. You know where the leak is. You're not gonna patch it. You're not gonna support it. You're not gonna fix it. No, and then you bitch about a flood in your house. You know where the problem is.
Damn.
Hey, but
That's
you got two leaks because Biotis is leaking too, bro.
He's really hurt.
Ooh.
Like
There's a hole in
he's
this
not
roof.
used to be hurt. Biotis has been low key hurt the whole season.
Yeah, he
Needs
really has.
he's hurting the team. Put in Brock Hoffman.
Hoffman
But
did
see,
play a good game.
Put in Brock Hoffman.
Yeah, Hoffman, yeah. But it might happen, but we cannot afford any injuries on this front line. So
But we
you know,
didn't hear Jalen Carter's name all game, right?
and you did not. You did not. Tyron Smith, I don't know, he must took his vitamins or something, but he was on it. Oh, matter of
That's
fact, while y'all
Tyron
talking,
Smith.
His inshirt, he drank his inshirt, and he got down.
well, since y'all talking,
that's my dude.
since y'all talking about it, let's get into it. I got a video. I got a
I
video
like
that
to
y'all might want to
watch.
see.
I like to
I got a
watch.
video. So hey, here we go. Let's get into this video real quick, because since we're talking about it, since we are talking about your guy, Tyron. So let's get into Tyron Smith and show a little bit of his work. So here he is right here. See if I can
No,
get it. Cool.
it'll be in your purse.
Oh, come on. Just don't want to pull up. All right, check it out, guys. Hold on, let's get this going. Let's get this going. All right. Y'all. So here he is. Here's y'all guy, Tyron Smith. Here we go. Let's see what he got going on.
Let's go. Let's see. Let's see what
Woo!
boom, downfield.
Tyron was
Downfield.
on fire, man.
Like Dylon. Look.
Tyron
Get out
was
of the house.
on fire.
Get out of the club. Get out of the club. Get out of the
Carter, where
club.
you going, Carter?
Get out of
Ooh, hands to the face, making
Was
it,
that
making it hurt.
Swift? Get out of the
Oh,
club.
he's trying to get a
Dude, look
pancake.
at that. It was beautiful, dude. Look at that footwork. Look at that footwork. Got those biceps on.
I mean, he's taking on everybody, man.
Where's the big
Oh, little
fella?
man, you got to lay it down.
Where's the big
So
fella?
yeah,
Where's the big? What is
there
Steele
he is,
doing? He's
man. I
doing
mean,
good. Let's look at Steele at the same time. Look at Steele while we're looking at it.
yeah, I guess it was just the last part of the game. That's when Steele really hurt us, wasn't it? The last part when he gave up the
Yeah,
sacks
it
in
was
the fourth quarter.
Brandon Graham, Sweat, and
He gave up 4 sacks.
Sweat. That's
Damn,
most sacks.
ooh, that hurts, guys.
It
Four
does.
sacks.
It does.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But
And we still could
yeah,
have won. I don't care.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
no
We give
moral
it credit.
victories, Mikey. There is no moral victories.
For somebody that doesn't have morals, it's
No,
enough.
there's no more.
Tell that to the bank robbers that almost got away with robbing a bank. That's sitting behind bars.
So listen, guys, the Giants are bringing in their rookie quarterback.
Nice.
You know, now
And we
Rue
could
said he was
only
a little
play what's
nervous
on our
about
schedule.
this. Tommy DeVito will be the 10th rookie quarterback to start a game this season, and is already a single record. So now the Giants are, well, all they have now is an undrafted Tommy DeVito. It can now. Mondo was saying that it was a little scary because when it's a new quarterback, it could be a problem. So
No.
how you feel? How you feeling about this, Mikey?
Well, they didn't last week. They didn't want to let Tommy DeVito throw a ball. Tommy DeVito is as good as that famous name on the Jersey Mike's commercials, getting them smells. I'm not scared of Tommy DeVito. He's not a Brock Purdy in the making. They can't protect him, and like our formula for the successes that we had is when we play a, an offensive line that's in shambles, and we bully them, because we are good bullies when we're playing somebody weaker. It's when we play another bullies when we have a problem. So when we have an offensive line to bully and he's a rookie quarterback, like start the Cowboys defense this week, where there's going to be turnovers, pick sixes, forced fumbles. It's not going to be pretty. It's very, very ugly.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Cowboys corner. And yeah, this Tommy DeVito, he's an undrafted rookie, and he's going to be the starter. Hold on, bring him. Wait a minute, my administrator.
I
Okay,
had a
there we go.
dance. I had a dance. I'm just thinking about Sneaky G's face. What does Sneaky G's
Yeah.
face gonna look like this weekend when he has to put on that Dallas
Ooh.
Cowboys hat that he bet with Sam Williams? I just can't wait. I just can't wait.
So, how you feeling about this? I mean, does this draw any kind of concerns to you, Cowboys corner?
So the Dallas Cowboys have a problem with backup quarterbacks. Let's be real. Josh Dobbs this year, Matt Flynn a few years back.
Dude, come on.
Aaron
That
Rodgers
was a whole other coordinator
as
and
a backup
5
quarterback.
defenses ago.
It doesn't matter. It's history, Mikey. It's history. History repeats itself. All right. And so
apparently it doesn't right now.
I'm telling you, we let Dobbs out of all Dobbs.
What did Dobbs do in his first game with the Vikings? Tell me this. Riddle me
I don't
this.
care. I'm talking about what he did to the defense.
He's
That's
a
what I'm
rocket
talking about.
scientist. Don't freaking shortchange.
I'm talking about what he did to this defense. That's what I'm talking about. What Brock Purdy can do to this defense.
Oh, that's
I'm not
cold-blooded.
sleeping on Tommy
That's
DeVito.
cold-blooded. You just called Brock Purdy a backup.
Well, he was when he beat us. He was
when he beat us. Yes, he was. I'm talking about. I'm not sleeping on Tommy, because you're gonna see some play action. You're gonna see some read option. You're gonna see the best Tommy DeVito that you've ever seen in your life if this defense don't put it together. Kier said it best. If they don't sack him 10 times, it's going to be a problem. We have to start this game fast and early, and you cannot sleep on it. This is the National Football League. This guy's been stashed on a team on purpose. Don't sleep on it.
Yeah. I mean,
dude.
it's possible. I don't
After
put nothing past
this,
anybody.
well, I'd feel sorry for the team that had to play next, considering the loss that they just had. You got to put the whole circumstance together. Would you want to play the Cowboys after the game that they played? They feel like they got screwed and they could control their own narrative in the locker room. We could talk to we're blue in the face about the same shit over and over, but they're the ones ultimately making that in the locker room. And the motivation is more than ever. I feel sorry for this kid and the reckoning he's gonna get,
But
considering what happened.
here's the question, though: what do the Giants have to lose?
Reckoning.
What does the Giants have to lose? Nothing.
Sam Howell lift this defense up week 18 last year.
And dude, Daniel Jones is gone, and all they're gonna do is let us win. They don't want to mess up their draft pick, bro. They don't. And I'm not saying that over like
This is a divisional game. They will mess up their draft pick to beat us.
we're gonna cover the 16 and a half.
All,
We're gonna cover
all I'm
that.
saying is we cannot sleep on this guy.
No, we
cannot
can't.
sleep on him.
Yeah.
Maybe a fighting chance for like 2 drives at most, but we're gonna cover.
Well, it's been told that the fans are a little, they're a little they're down in the dumps over the new quarterback signing. Come to find out now they also have another quarterback they signed. They got Tommy DeVito, Matt Barkley, and Jacob Eason. So yeah. The fans are really upset right now because these are a bunch of no names. So
Matt
I guess
Barkley, these are all Pac-10 guys. USC, Washington, Jacob Eason. So the Pac-10 still produce some damn quarterbacks. These guys just been collecting checks, sitting on benches, and that's
they're
who
doing the
they
Chase
are.
Daniel thing. I don't think nobody was better than
DeVito's from
Chase Daniel as a
Syracuse.
backup quarterback. But yeah, man. So we got the Giants this weekend. We got them at 325. Got them at 325 this weekend, and yeah, it's gonna be something to see. And you're saying, Mike, we're gonna cover the 16 points.
Definitely, 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 bro. We are. It's
Yeah.
like I said, and what's working with us is the bitter taste that we have from this last game. We need to get on the road. And what are the Giants' intentions in being competitive and really looking to their future? Their quarterback that they spend that high draft pick on just tore his ACL. We saw what he was with a good
Mm,
ACL, and
mm, mm.
it's a quarterback draft, and I could see them just bottoming out and not having nothing to play for, and getting either the USC kid, uh, just the kid, the top kids in the draft. So I see that happening. As much as this
Well,
is a cowboy rah-rah show, let's be realistic where they're at, what's happening, and what kind of league this is. You get a quarterback, you're in the game.
mm. Well, I don't
Not
think
DeVito.
Dabble will be around to see that because if he keeps this up, I mean, it's not looking too good for him and probably some other
Well,
coaches. But
Dable, and that's just another thing. I'm sorry to interrupt you again. Dable, this is in his quarterback, so he's working on that. He could get
well,
his own quarterback.
yeah. Well, it's going to be something to see, but we know they have to come to the AT&T Stadium this Sunday. It's going down, and we all know that we play really well at home. So this should be a bounce back game for our Dallas Cowboys. So with that being said, I'm gonna bring Raphael on so he can give his final score as well. So come on in real quick, Raphael. How you doing, brother? You
Okay,
doing okay?
okay. I just want to do real quick right now. I just had 2 minutes. I think the Dallas Cowboys could dominate New York Giants. It all depends for the defense right now because I know that I'm a Raider fan. We just beat the Giants. So right now, for you, Dallas Cowboys, beat the New York Giants in a close game. I will say 30, 30 Cowboys, 28 Giants. It all depends for the defense and the offense that I can do.
Dang, Raphael. I mean,
Dang, I mean, Congratulations on Antonio Pierce, bear down, but you tripping. You tripping.
I'm not tripping at all because I'm just at a being in like I know that some of the predictions are really suck, but this one is gonna be like a close game. And Dallas Cowboy Chris, I know that I'm talking my jersey, but I will leave it for later. So I will say this. Salute to everybody else.
We got fans in here. We got legit fans. I love that, Rafael. I love that. Congratulations with getting the coach, booting Josh McDaniels out, that win. And
Yeah,
then on
finally.
Antonio
Yeah.
Pierce, like I said, he was a middle linebacker for my favorite college team.
Finally, we
And
can
I'm
get
happy
rid of
for
Josh
you, not the
McDaniels.
rest of Raider Nation.
Because it's not gonna happen because it's not the Patriots way. It's just the Raider way because they had to grow up in Oakland, California. So I'm glad that Josh McDaniels and Deb Ziegler got booed out. They got kicked out, got fired, all these stuff like that. Right now we got Antonio Pierce who got a mentality as a leader of men. And right now, I would give it like a favor. Please, Dallas Cowboys beat New York Giants in a close game. It all depends for the
Yeah,
defense. So
yes, sir.
All
You
right,
should never got a
Raphael.
Brita Pisaccia, and it's not the Raider way, it's not the Patriot way, it's the pinche way.
All right, Raphael. We sure appreciate your prediction, brother. So thank you for stopping through for us. Give it up for Raphael.
thank you. Have a good one, folks.
All right, thank you. All right, so hey, okay,
That
let's
was
get to
awesome,
this.
bro.
Let's get to this, guys. Let's get to this prediction now. Starting with you, Cowboy Corner, since you're on here and you got that concerned look on your face as if you're thinking. So, what will the final score be when it comes to these Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants?
If they take care of business,
Okay.
let me say that again. If they take care of business,
Mm.
48-3.
Woo! Hey, you know what? And that's out of anger. I'm with you, Cowboy Corner. Out of anger, and they're
Oh,
pissed off. But with that being said, Mikey, what are you thinking, brother?
I was laughing because I was thinking about the same lines, but it's funny how how Carter just spends the last couple of minutes of the show talking this divisional for 48-3. Is he close to what the fuck his narrative was
Yeah,
the
he
first
did do
time
that,
around?
Mike. He did.
So,
I
but
said
now,
if they
but
take care of business.
they're going to take care of business. AT&T Stadium is actually a home field advantage. Thank you, fans, for coming on. Keep making a culture, or try to make a culture, because before Jerry World wasn't a home field, it just people would sell their tickets. I'm on the lines with I'll say a 35-6. I'll give them 2 field goals.
Mm.
And
Okay,
it,
Dallas Cowboy Chris says 33-3 Cowboys.
yes,
All right.
sir.
Yeah. I think the Cowboys are really pissed. And I'm gonna go with 31-13. I'm gonna give them 13 points just because we might pull the starters out. We just might pull the starters out.
Yeah.
Third
Well, we got
quarter.
this stretch, man. We got a stretch. Giants, Giants with Tommy DeVito or Danny DeVito,
Danny
Carolina
DeVito's
with
son.
Webster, and then I'm gonna be there. I'm Thanksgiving. I'll see you Thanksgiving, boss,
For sure.
with the Charmander. So we got 3 games to, you know, feel good about ourselves. Maybe it's false, maybe it's not, and we'll see where we're at the end of this stretch, going into that 15 game stretch or 15-day stretch that we always have every year.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, Cowboy Corner?
No, man, the narrative's gonna be we smash crappy teams and we're losing to the good teams, to the playoff teams. So we're gonna win this game.
I'm gonna
We're gonna win this game. We're gonna win the
Oh,
next 3 games, and that Seahawks game is gonna be the next test.
So he said
Yeah.
we smash ugly girls and then we can't pull the final.
so basically, we
We're-
pull this
we're
one off.
wingmans.
So basically, we pull this one off, and next week's game, we're back. We're going to the Super Bowl. Basically, that's what we're saying.
Right. Right.
Oh man. Okay, man. Well, that's been our show, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure,
for sure.
man.
Thank you for
Like I
coming
said, I was
in.
trying to get you on and putting the links up and everything. But Hey man, again, thank everybody. If you can do us a favor, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell and the like button, so you know you guys can kind of keep us going in the right direction, and this video will get out to the right people. Raphael, thank you for coming through. Also, Dallas Cowboy Chris, thank you for coming through. Terrence Gibb, Az Vega, who else we have out there? Dallas Cowboy Babe. So
Yes,
John,
sir.
Jared, Gary Tatum, all these guys, we appreciate you guys
It's all
coming out
that
with us, hanging
bullshit.
out with us. But anyway, so again, watch us again. You know, and as we get ready for this Sunday night, well, not Sunday night, but Sunday evening beat down. It better be a beat down. All right, guys. With that being said, like I always say, don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. So let's make it happen, Dallas Cowboys.
I identify as a passing